thought today I'd talk a little bit about this guitar. It's a Larrivee. It's an L-03R, and the R stands for red Rosewood. Has a Sitka spruce top and beautiful rosewood back and sides. And it also has an LR bags pickup in it, the hi-fi. This doesn't belong to me, but I thought I'd take it out and show it off a little bit because it's a beautiful instrument. I noticed it has real punchy lows. It's really kind of neat. The nut on this is 1 3/4, so it's really comfortable. The scale's 25.5, pretty typical, and it has this beautiful ebony fingerboard. Yeah, it's just a really nice instrument. Hello, Tilly. Would you like to come over here and sit with us? Mm-hmm. Would you like me to pick you up? Where are you going? Well, we almost had a visit from Tilly, but she changed her mind. She's getting close to her dinner time, so she just pushes the door open and comes in and looks at me like, is it time yet? Poor dog. She doesn't have a choice. She has to wait for me. But it's really not her dinner time yet, so. But it will be. They almost seem to know what time it is. Have you ever noticed the dog almost knows what time it is? And they can also tell what you're going to do by the shoes you have on your feet. You put on certain shoes and it's like they give you this look up and down like, okay, I know what I'm going to have to do. I got to sit here alone. Funny dogs. Anyways, back to Larrivee. Now this Larrivee is made in the United States. They've been making them in the United States in Oxnard, California since 2013. Prior to that, they were made in Canada. And so the Canadian guitars, they started making them, I think it was mid-60s, like 1967 or something like that. It's just a really nice sounding instrument. I mean, I think it sounds awesome. Very full sound. I don't know if you can hear it though. Dig into that B string and also the G string, maybe a little bit on the E string. I can hear just a slight buzz. Now I don't hear it when I'm picking. It's nice and clean. Sounds really good, but as soon as I lay that pick into that thing and really dig in, but it's only in the upper, like the first maybe 4 frets, maybe 5. I don't know if you can hear it. It's just slight. I mean, I hear it. Now they say if you're hearing buzzes, they're like within the first 4 or 5 frets, it's most likely that you have the fingerboard, the truss rod, set up so that the fingerboard's too straight. And so it needs to come forward just a little bit. And or you need to loosen the truss rod, or turn it towards the left. You know, lefty loosey, righty tighty. That's how I remember it. So they say if it's up here, it's possible that your nut is cut too low. You know, there's just different thoughts about it. Sometimes I find that someone got a hold of the saddle and overdid it, and or you know, so it had to be changed out, or you know, you can also put a little piece of wood under that to bring it up, a real thin veneer. But you know, I usually just change out the saddle if somebody shaved it too low. So anyways, but in this case here, it's up here in these frets. So it makes me believe that perhaps if I took the little tool that comes with the guitar, you know, the hex key that they come, this one, it looks like, Larrivee sends ones, it looks like this. So it's really deep into the instrument up here. And I'll just give it, you know, looking at it this way, I'm going to turn it counterclockwise, like a quarter of a turn. And hopefully it'll take that little buzz out without raising the action too much. The other reason why I think it's true that perhaps that truss rod just needs to be loosened a little bit is because if I hold my finger down on the 12th fret here, and I hold this finger here on the 2nd fret, and I come up kind of like in the middle between the two, like, you know, like say you're like on the 7th fret or just thereabouts, you should get just a little bit of a dance, which I do, but it's not much. You'll hear it, but I have to really tap on it to get it. It's not bad. It's just needs to be just a little bit, just come up a little bit. So let me see. I'm going to go ahead and make that change. I'm just going to change this thing just a quarter of a turn. Never change it a whole lot. Just do a little bit at a time. Yeah, let's see what we got. Yeah, it's a little better there. I had already measured it out, and it was like 0.08, almost, you know, maybe 0.085, but it started out at this low string at 0.08 at the 12th fret, and I just made a change now, and it brought it to 0.09, and 0.09 to 0.08 instead of 0.08 to 0.07. So, hear that? That sounds good. It really didn't sound that bad. I mean, it doesn't feel that bad to me. That's really nice action. It's just about gone. Yeah, it sounds a lot better. So I'm going to leave it right there. I'm not going to change it anymore. And I know I only made a quarter of a turn. So if somebody comes along and says, I liked it the way it was because this belongs to somebody else, I'll just take it and put it a quarter turn back. The other thing you want to pay attention to is to make sure the guitar is not too cold. I had to warm this guitar up before I played it today because when I took it out of the case, it was cold. It was sitting in the hallway. It's a little chilly here today, and the temperature on it felt cold when I pulled it out. But when I started running my hands up and down the frets, I could kind of feel the fret ends a little bit. I don't feel that anymore. The guitar's warmed up, and it feels comfortable, and the frets are feeling fine. I mean, think about it. When things get cold, they contract. So it does say something about how you store guitars. I mean, this was in the house, but the house was cold. And it was in the case. I don't think it's a humidity issue because we've been running a humidity somewhere between 55 and 60, somewhere in there. Every time I look at it, it's fine. So, plus it's been rainy and stuff, so, but it's been a little chilly today. So let me just strum strum this a second. Then let's look at a different guitar with and kind of compare the two. So I want to compare this sound right here. I'd like to compare that with my James White. James White guitar, and this also has very punchy low end, real crisp high ends on it, and it also can, you know, do that. Now the Larrivee has a 16-inch bout on it, but the thing about the Larrivee L series is that it's not really a dreadnought, because what they did was they took the waist and they shrunk it down so that it's at I think it's 10 1/4. And then James White, when he made this guitar, he also made this bout. Well, it's about 6. It's a little bit bigger, 16 1/4. And you have a depth of about 4.5 inches, same as the Larrivee. And he also shrunk the waist, but he brought the waist in even more. It's 9 1/2. It's like 3/4 smaller than the L-03. So, you know, they're not the same guitars. Plus the bracing on this, each of them have their own bracing style. This one is a fan bracing, similar to what you'd see on a classical guitar. And so just beautiful, beautiful sound coming out of this. So yeah, so they're two different guitars. The other thing is that both of them have rosewood back and sides, but this one's special rosewood. It has Brazilian rosewood. So there's always that question, does Brazilian rosewood really make a difference? It's hard to say unless you had the same guitar, the same everything, except you change out the rosewoods. But I have a feeling that that the Brazilian, to me, when I listen to this guitar, it's the notes are very defined. They don't meld into each other. They're beautifully the waveform on them. I know we can't see that waveform, but the way it sounds, it has such beautiful, rich depth. And I kind of sense that's the Brazilian rosewood. So I wanted you to just hear the difference so that you get a sense. I'm going to go back to the other guitar. Okay, so here we have it. Back to the Larrivee. I think the scale's pretty close. I don't know the scale on James White, but I think it's 25/5. And they both feel like they have the same nut width to me at 1 3/4. But you listen to that sound, they both have the hi-fi pickup in it, LR Baggs hi-fi. I set the tone control on neutral. I tried to put the volume the same. I didn't make any changes. This is just going through I've got a microphone down here going out to the Bose, and then I also have the Grace DI, and that's going out to the Bose. And I have the gain set on that, so it's not super high. It just, to me, it sounds awesome. And you have to remember, this guitar is $2,000, okay? It's all solid, beautiful solid woods, made in the United States, Oxnard, California. Whereas the James White, that's not $2,000. That's more like $6,000 to $8,000, okay? It all depends. I mean, that has Brazilian rosewood, so it cost me around $8,000. And so, yeah, it's very expensive. On the other hand, you can pick up a guitar like this. And it just puts out beautiful sound. This is really, really a nice guitar. So there we have it, the Larrivee L-03 R, and it's just beautiful, beautiful Sitka spruce top, rosewood back and sides. Looks like a maple binding, and mahogany neck, Larrivee tuners, yeah, ebony fingerboard, and I don't think those are stainless steel frets, whereas with the James White, I think it does have stainless steel frets. So I think we're going to end it right there. And I can't think of anything else to say about this, except I think it's a really good deal. So we're going to end it right there, and I hope you all have a great day or night, wherever you are in this world.